Now before we get into the video, a big update for you guys. We've opened an FC Barcelona fan group. There you can talk to all the coolers from all around the world and participate in matchday discussions. You can get football news as well in real time. Just click on the link in the video description, accept the invite, download and then register. You will be automatically added to the group. It will take only 5 minutes and it's absolutely free. So hurry up. Link is given in the video description. Now let's get into the video. Hello guys and welcome back to our channel Barcaadmirers for your daily coverage of all the latest news updates and transfers roundup regarding FC Barcelona. In this episode we have some really positive news regarding one of our senior players as Xavi clarifies his stand on Ousmane Dembele, while an attacker may be on his way out of the club, along with many more such updates. So make sure you watch this video till the very end without skipping over any part. Now before we get started, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, share it with your blogger and your friends and click on the bell icon and press all to turn on all the notifications. We start off today's episode with some great news, as several Spanish news outlets are now claiming that Barcelona have zero interest in renewing one of the veterans' contracts. Now I'm not quite sure if he at all deserves to be referred to as a veteran, but Sergi Roberto's representative has claimed that Barcelona have zero interest in renewing his contract and that the defender is well on course to leave the club on a free transfer in the summer. Thank God. Now one of the longest serving players in the team, and quite undeservingly so, Roberto is out of contract at the end of the season. Unfortunately, the talks regarding a potential renewal have not resulted in anything positive. It is believed that the player and the club are convinced that the two will part ways once the deal runs out. According to the report published today by Spanish news publication Mundo Deportivo, Roberto's agent Josep Maria had a meeting with Barcelona's director of football Mateu Alemany, but thankfully there has been no breakthrough. The 30-year-old was initially offered a 2-year deal by the club after his salary was already lower due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but nothing substantial panned out from that as well. As of today, the club's stance has taken a U-turn after they were willing to negotiate new terms in November 2021. This came after Roberto was forced to undergo surgery on his thigh to get permanent relief from a recurring injury. This is set to keep him out of action until April. According to the recent reports, Barcelona will not resume contract talks until he returns to full fitness. Given the fact that he is Catalan and also a La Masia graduate, Roberto was expected to stay simply because of that, but a rather fortunate turn of events has forced Barcelona to work on trimming the wage bill, which potentially sees the end of Roberto's tenure as a Barcelona player. As things stand right now, those in Sergi Roberto's camp are waiting patiently for Alemany to come up with a response, despite knowing that the news will not be sweet to the ears. Months of conversations and negotiations have resulted in absolutely nothing. The 30-year-old has made 12 appearances for the team so far in the season, scoring twice luckily and getting a solitary assist. During these 12 outings, Roberto featured in 3 different positions and sucked in every one of them. Moving on to the next news update, we have some even greater news, as a report now suggests that the 24-year-old midfielder has now decided to stay at Barcelona despite having some very important offers from abroad. Now, Frenkie de Jong's future at the club has become a much discussed topic in the recent months. The 24-year-old is in his 3rd full season with the Catalan Giants, but is yet to find his footing in this Barcelona setup. While his quality is there for all to see, the Dutchman has not really been consistent enough, while there has also been some questions asked over his big game pedigree. Earlier during the tenure of Xavi Hernandez, the former AFC Ajax midfielder looked a bit of a misfit as well, leading to increased speculations over his future, more so because he is not Catalan and also he is not a La Masia graduate. However, things have been improving in recent weeks and it seems like the midfielder is keen on putting all the rumors to bed once and for all. As reported by Spanish news publication Sport, De Jong has decided to stay put at Barcelona and achieve success at the club despite having several important and better offers on the table. Now this midfield maestro does understand that there is increased competition in the middle of the park with the emergence of youngsters like Xavi, Pedri and Nico Gonzalez, who have made a huge impact in such a short time. But things turned out to be quite well later on, and De Jong right now enjoys the faith of the manager despite not being Catalan and has been repaying it with improved performances of late. Now there has been strong interest from German champions Bayern Munich, while Liverpool have also been linked, but Barca have always backed the midfielder to grow into an integral part of the first team at Camp Nou. Frenkie de Jong's current contract with us runs until the summer of 2026. It also comes up with a massive release clause worth 400 million euros. As things stand right now, the midfielder, who arrived from Ajax in 2019, is happy with his situation and is prepared to fight and improve his performances for the Blaugrana, so an exit in the summer seems like an unlikely prospect at the moment. Now moving on to the next news update, we have yet another player that Xavi seems to be counting on. It's being reported that Xavi wants to reintegrate Barcelona's contract rebel Ousmane Dembélé on the pitch, and he will almost definitely play. Now Ousmane Dembélé and his agent have taken Barcelona on a joyride over the past few months. Despite being well aware of the fact that his contractual demands are unrealistic, the Frenchman hesitates to renew his contract at the club. Speaking of the renewal, Barca have left no stone unturned in trying to sell the winger in the January transfer window, but the efforts were in complete vain. No club was willing to meet the absurd wage demands that Dembélé set for them. The player's contract at Barcelona ends in June, and the departure seems inevitable for free. Though it was initially said that Xavi will punish Dembélé by sending him to the stands, the manager later clarified that he actually counts on the player. According to Spanish news publication Mundo Deportivo, Xavi intends to play Dembélé against Espanyol on Sunday. Whether the French international will start or come off the bench is unknown, but his involvement seems to be certain. Now Dembélé started on the bench during Barcelona's 4-2 win over Atletico Madrid last week. He remained over there for the entire game after Adama Traoré delivered a spectacular display in his possession. Now ahead of the Catalan derby, in the pre-game press conference, Xavi himself clarified his position with the 24-year-old and stated that he wanted to deploy Dembélé as a substitute against the La Rojiblancos. Speaking in the press conference, Xavi said that he had indeed planned on replacing Dembélé in the second half against Atletico, but due to the red card, he did not participate. He will almost definitely participate in the next game and help Barcelona. However, after Traoré's splendid debut, it remains to be seen if the manager does opt to start Dembélé over him on Sunday. However, the chances of him participating are very high, especially given that this is an away game. Now going to the next one, we have yet another interesting report that states that one of our forwards could leave this summer and multiple Italian clubs are interested. When Memphis DEPAY'S signed for Barcelona in the summer on a free transfer, the deal was seen as a shrewd one by the entire football world. The forward was in his peak years and had been in top form for his recent employer Olympique Lyon in recent seasons. On the manner in which he started out the season, things looked bright for the Dutchman at Barcelona. However, soon enough and quite surprisingly, the goals started to dry up and his form dwindled. At the same time, he was also hit by an injury blow in early December, which he is yet to recover from. Now during this time, Barcelona have brought in 3 new attacking players in Ferran Torres, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Adama Traoré. In addition, the Catalans have also grand schemed to sign Erling Haaland in the summer. Now all of this business has cast clouds of uncertainty over the future of DEPAY. The 27-year-old could be on the move in summer, according to reports published by Spanish news outlet Sport, with several clubs in Italy already circling to pounce on the opportunity to snap up his signing. The reports even claimed that DEPAY had offers to leave in January itself, but he decided to wait until the summer to find out where he fits in the club's plans, and if he is not pleased with the direction, the 27-year-old could decide to pack his bags and move on just a year after his arrival. It is further being claimed that Barca might not be able to get a big fee for his services either, which is understandable considering that his contract only stands to expire in 2023. As things stand currently, however, the Netherlands international may not get to finish his contract after all. He's staring at an uncertain future at the Camp Nou and could be cast aside by the club in their bid to bring in Haaland. Now moving on to the next one, we have the comments of manager Xavi Hernandez, and he seems to have made some really interesting comments regarding several interesting topics as well, such as Messi, Dani Alves, Memphis and Eric Garcia ahead of the Espanyol clash. Now the La Liga games continue to come in hard and fast as Barcelona make the trip 15 minutes away to the RCDE stadium to take on Espanyol in the local derby. The morale is probably skyrocketing following the sensational win against Atletico Madrid, and with the top 3 in sight, any mistake can be very costly. Now there is also a lot in Barcelona fans' minds, including the Dani Alves red card, the Europa League fixture and of course the players recovering from injuries. Ahead of the game, Xavi addressed the media as a part of the customary pre-game press conference. Facing the mic and commenting on the game itself, Xavi said that today will be a test for them in the derby and it will be another final. As for missing Dani Alves in this game, Xavi said that Dani is an important player for all of us. He gives a lot, however, they cannot do anything about the suspension. Commenting on the win against Atletico Madrid, Xavi said that they played really well against Atletico in many aspects and now they need 3 outstanding results in order to improve. Their first goal is to finish the season in the top 4. Regarding the issue of the resignation of Ferran Roberto, Xavi said that they are working hard so that this does not impact the team and they continue to train daily. He spoke with Ferran and he said that he will come and say goodbye to him. This is a personal matter and he wishes Ferran all the best. He is a wonderful professional and close to the crew. Now, as far as recoveries and injuries are concerned, Xavi said that Memphis Depay is quite fine, but he won't be with the squad until next week. Now, commenting on a very important issue, that is the set-piece takers of the team, Xavi said that in the end it all depends on the feelings. Busquets is really good at penalties. They had Leo, who can handle free kicks as well as penalties, and now players like Memphis and Aubameyang and Piqué as well can handle them. Xavi further said that today they worked on free kicks and he was actually quite surprised by the players who shot very well. Messi as a 21-year-old did not take those shots. It was Tito Villanova that convinced him to. However, they do not have specialists like him, but they still have many good players. Also commenting on Pablo Gavi, Xavi said that Gavi is very competitive and makes tackles when he plays between the lines. He needs to improve tactically. He's just 17 and his production is amazing. He's an amazing talent. And being asked to comment about a rather debatable topic, that is, an Espanyol's complaint against referee Hernandez officiating the game, Xavi said that everyone knows that he is not going to talk about the referees. He simply hopes that he does not hurt us with his decisions. The referees are professionals and they have a tough job. Even with VAR, it is complicated and he believes in the professionalism.